To enter overheads, go to the Overheads menu and you will see grids for overheads and for cost of sales. Enter your monthly costs into the grid by overtyping the value. There is the option to copy forward the value to make it continue through the forecast. Alternatively, you can enter the values individually. Some of the costs you'd expect to see as overheads, such as rent and telephone costs, are already in the grid to give you a head start. But you can add new ones if your cost description isn't there. You will have the option to enter either an overhead or a cost of sale. First, we'll go through how to add a new overhead. To add a new overhead, click on the Add Overhead button on the top right of the page. Enter the overhead name. This should be a brief description of the overhead cost. For an overhead, select Overhead in the drop-down. An overhead is a general cost that you would incur regardless of making any sales. Next, choose between monthly or yearly costs. Amount refers to the cost, without VAT if you're VAT registered, or the full cost if you're not. If you've chosen monthly, this will need to be the cost per month. If you've chosen yearly, this will need to be the annual cost. VAT percentage is the VAT you're charged on overhead costs. Days to pay defaults to 30 days, but can be edited later. Once all the information is entered, click Create Overhead. You will then see the new overhead attached to the grid. You can edit the name, type, and VAT percentage by clicking on the overhead in the grid, and then click the Edit Overhead button. When you've made your changes, click the Update Overhead button. Next, we will go through how to add a cost of sale. To add a cost of sale, you can either click on the button in the grid or on the Add Overhead button. Enter your details as before, except instead of overhead, select cost of sale. A cost of sale is a cost that you incur in the process of making a sale. For example, shipping costs to customers. These costs will be included in your gross margin reporting. Once all the information is entered, click Create Overhead. Your new cost of sale will appear in the cost of sales grid and can be edited from here, the same as the overheads. Need more information? Try our Help button at the top of the page.